Once again, Wide World of Sodas. Movie edition.
Movie edition.
But before we get into the movies, we have Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer. Thought I'd try something with a few calories.
There you
It's
go.
not 0 calories. This has 25 calories per serving, and the entire bottle is a serving.
Very nice. So we'll share 12 and a half
yeah,
calories.
Exactly. It does have cane sugar in it.
Oh, very nice.
Ginger root, and it is a product of Australia, the Bundaberg Brewed Drinks Company.
There you go.
Australian, family owned. You can see that. It's got a little kangaroo there. Craft brewed over 3 days. I'm pretty excited about this.
Let's give it a try.
It says, here's the thing, it says to pull out, then up, and then it says to invert. Is this inverting? When you hold it like this?
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Nice fizz.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to something that might have a little bit of fizz to it this time.
Yeah.
Is this from our friends?
It's from our friends at Rocket Fizz.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit more. Something to
All right.
sip on while we discuss movies today.
Ooh. It's got an interesting nose.
Definitely sharp and fizzy enough. I like it. I could drink this.
Oh, that's refreshing. That's kind of very light ginger taste, but
You know, it reminds me a little bit of Fresca, too.
yeah.
It's got a Fresca feel to it for those of you that are familiar with the Fresca soda beverage.
I like it. Good.
Yeah,
good
I'm
choice.
a fan. Thanks, Rocket Fizz. You guys did good today. And low on calories. We can
There you
watch
go.
our girlish figures.
Haven't had one of those for a long time.
So we're going to take the Wayback Machine back to the 80s. Talk
kinda
about
live there
movies.
anyway.
Yeah, we do kind of live there. Talk about movies, and the thinking was favorite movie from the 80s, probably, mid to early 80s, and then we'll share guilty pleasure as well.
There you go. So many to choose from.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the absolute barrage of things that were out there. I mean, favorites for me have got. I mean, you had franchise movies, so you got a couple of Star Wars movies in there. Always favorites for our family.
Yeah.
You got Brat Pack movies.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got blockbuster movies like Ghostbusters, Princess Bride, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So for me, I think one of my all-time favorite movies from that genre is Princess Bride.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
It just came out of nowhere. It was one of those that it's sword play. You don't think of action adventure, and it didn't take itself seriously at all.
No, it did not. Carrie Elwes was phenomenal. Robin Wright.
Yeah.
I think this was maybe her first.
It
one
was
of her first
It was
movies.
her first movie.
And
Andre the Giant.
yeah, so many good actors in this flick. Plus the cameos by Billy Crystal and
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane, and there's just it's Peter Falk is in there as the
Yes.
grandpa reading the story of little
Fred
Freddie
Savage.
Savage. It's a great story, and As You Wish.
As You Wish.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yep, that's one of those movies that I gotta say, there's been a lot of movies that I've shown to the boys, my boys, talked it up, got them all excited about watching, and then once we watched it, it's like, it wasn't that great. The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy was one of those that we talked up, but Princess Bride, yeah, it's a classic.
It holds up. Good stuff. How about you?
Well, you named all those movies that, I could easily, any of the Star Wars flicks, Ghostbusters, the Back to the Future movies, Raiders of the Lost Arks, all of those franchises were phenomenal. But when I think about the movie from the early 80s that I go back and watch again and again, it's kind of, I'm going to get in touch with my feminine side here.
Okay. More than Princess Bride.
Even more than Princess Bride, because there's no swordplay, there's no pirates.
There you go.
There's no creatures of unusual size or rodents of unusual size. This movie starred Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. It came out in 1980.
Yes.
Has one of my favorite soundtracks by, was it John Barry, I believe? Somewhere in Time.
Yep.
It's actually based upon a novel that I'd read, Big Time Return, Richard Matheson, who has written a ton of great science fiction novels that have so many of them been turned into movies. But this one it's just, you know what, played to perfection by Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, Christopher Plummer.
As well as in this movie, and it's one of those that I have to fire up at least yearly. And, you know, at this point, it's difficult to get my wife to watch it with me. We've seen it so many times, but I love that movie.
There you go.
So, guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. So, there's a little-known movie out there called Remo Williams that my wife and I stumbled across, and it's one of the break out the DVD, and it's hard to find the DVD.
Yeah.
And so mine's getting a little scratched, a little old, but we'll throw that on. It's just so fun. Joel Grey, father of Jennifer Grey from Ferris Bueller and Dirty Dancing, plays an Asian guy. So
that's weird.
Wilford Brimley with his giant mustache,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
That's one of those movies that I caught on HBO over and over back in the late 80s. They played that one. It just seemed like every time I turned on HBO, there was Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. I don't think The Adventure ever continued. They didn't ever make a sequel, did they?
No, unfortunately, I think all the play came from HBO, so it wasn't a box office.
No, it was a good movie. I'm with you on it. It's very enjoyable, lightweight kind of B-movie action adventure. Good stuff. Okay, my guilty pleasure also comes from Somewhere in Time. Came out in 1980. This one is another movie that came out in 1980. As a matter of fact, I was thinking, is it 79 or 80? But I confirmed with Wikipedia it's 1980. And that would be Xanadu, starring Olivia Newton-John. Gene Kelly is in it. But really, it's not about the acting, right?
Well, because there wasn't any.
Was in this, right? It's not about the acting. It's about the music.
The music, yeah.
I'm a big ELO fan.
Yes.
I'm a big Olivia Newton-John fan when it comes to her music, and the combination of the two is, I think it's magical. It's a great. It's not a great movie.
No,
that's why it's a guilty pleasure.
The
script is just bad enough that they actually turned it into a Broadway play. But the songs are great.
Yeah, the
and
music's great.
Here's the weirdest thing. I am a giant Tubes fan, and it took me until like the late 80s to figure out that band in the big band scene, the rock band, is the Tubes.
It's the Tubes.
They're making a little cameo, so
there you go.
Just a little added bonus. But yeah, I don't know. I know it's not a good movie.
Well, along those lines, you've
got another.
Well, yeah, it's the great music soundtrack,
right,
from heavy metal.
Yes,
but
that soundtrack with Don Felder, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Reach Out and Take It. I think it might be the only place you can find that song. Oh, there were so many good songs on that heavy metal soundtrack.
And again, well, this one was animated, but the acting and the story was horrible.
Yeah, the story.
But the thing was there.
You got something to show.
There you go. We'll throw this up here.
Look at that. That's your own artwork, right,
That's
Scott?
my own artwork from high school. That was my senior project.
Very nice.
And got me an A out of that class. So
you deserve an A. Well done. All right. So that's it. Our favorite 80s movies and our guilty pleasure to go along with. Scott had a couple guilty pleasures. All right. And at the end of the day, yes, we like the Diet Ginger Beer. All right. Hey, if you like this video, we'd love a thumbs up. If you feel so inspired, please subscribe to the channel. But most of all, as always,
thank you.
Thanks for watching.